So Nathan, I hear there's some other big things that are happening here at Bread and Roses. Would you want to tell us a little bit about those?
Yeah, we're super excited about the other parts of the project that we have moving forward. I'm so thankful for everybody who's been able to come to Bread and Roses already and try some of our fabulous food made by an incredible chef and served by the rest of our incredible staff. Um, our next project that we're going to be rolling out is a close to zero waste, but also aiming to be as affordable as possible food grocery in the space that's right next to Bread and Roses, currently occupied by a evangelical church. And oh, I'm sorry, I just rubbed my sound thing. um, um, so that's going to be aimed at trying to address some of the food insecurity issues that exist on this area of Hyannis, in particular. The three surrounding neighborhoods with about 6,000 families are all food insecure in the sense that they live in a food desert. And so the closest fresh produce to this location is about 1.3 miles away, which means that all of those 6,000 families who are some of the poorest on Cape are struggling to find healthy food options. So partially aiming at addressing that problem, also trying to find a home for some of the local produce that is grown on Cape and other products are available to this community in addition to the sort of other farmers market communities around the Cape. Will be part of that project. We're going to be trying to build out a community commercial kitchen that is aimed at supporting food entrepreneurs, mostly again from the restaurant community that exists here. So taking people who may have been cooks or line cooks or whomever, somebody with passion for food, bring them through essentially a training program and then get them in the kitchen to develop a product and hopefully help them secure financing to be able to start their own businesses, food trucks, food carts, or whatever. Because as we know, ownership of things is how we develop wealth in this country. So that's part of that piece. And then the third, and there's four, third is a solar supported composting business that we want to set up out back. It would be a heat-based composting program. It would be large enough that we'd be able to fully pay for it using sun energy. And also be able to handle the food waste, we think, from the entirety of Main Street, the hospital, and the municipal buildings if they choose to participate every day, which would be an incredible boon to the health of our ecosystem here right now. All of the sort of product is going into landfill off Cape. That's not good. And then finally, the last thing that we want to do in the relatively near future, in the next few years, is to find a partner collaborator out of Hyannis Harbor here to partner on development of a sugar kelp farm attached to some existing oyster beds. And so, you do that by seeding ropes essentially underneath an oyster bed. And then trying to develop that as sort of an example of what we can do from a climate positive blue economy type of strategy that Cape Cod is very well positioned to be a leader in if we so choose to be, as the world ends up having to focus more on eating plants and including healthy plants from the ocean. So those are our four big things. We'll have more, but thank you to Mass Development in particular, who has funded at least some of the market expenses to date. And we're still aiming to open up that piece of the project in probably right before summer of 2024.